Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
What up? It's your boy Braylon Edwards here with the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. Shep will be joining us in about 10 minutes. He's now on a Zoom call right now getting ready for the Game Above Bowl, and that will be December the 26th, the day after Christmas. It features Central Michigan, Fire Up Chips, as well as the Northwestern Wildcats. A lot to unpack today. I know you guys are ready to come for me so we can talk about what's going on in Ann Arbor with the firing of Coach Sherrone Moore. We will dive into that, and don't worry, there's nothing to be biased about in this situation. I'm going to bring the axe exactly where the axe needs to go. I want to say what's up to my boy Brendan in the audio booth. What's up, B?
How we doing?
How you feeling over there? You doing good? You doing good? Oh, there we go. There he is. I was wondering where you at. And I got my guy, my right hand to the right. Kool-Aid in the TD booth. Kool-Aid, you good?
What up, though, brother? I am good, man. I'm fired up, bro. You
fired
already know.
up?
I'm fired up for today, man.
So you stood me up in here, man, saying this was the move. This is how we should start the show. We will get with Shep, and once Shep comes in, we'll be able to talk about. Right, we'll talk about all the Michigan stuff and all the crazy stuff. I figure we do more like a Mr. Rogers type opening. You walk in the house. This will be the house. He takes off his.
Hey, is that Ty Mopkins?
His jacket. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of starter old school love right there. Rocking the Lions today. I didn't run away from Michigan, but today seemed like a little bit of Lion love. Before we get into the show, how about we have a little bit of fun? The holiday season is coming up. 'Tis the season to watch Christmas movies or kinda Christmassy movies. So Brendan, throw the bracket up there for me if you could. Here we go. This is what we will do to kill time while we wait for Shep. And oh, by the way, hello to the chat. That was very rude of me. Hello. Welcome, man. Appreciate you guys for joining us today.
Smash
all right, here we go.
Button.
I did not make this bracket, so don't look to me when you see some crazy movie names on here like, what the hell is that? You know what? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I do know some of these movies. So let's just have some fun and see if we can get through a bit of this before Shep comes on the show. Where you want to start at, ladies and gentlemen?
I said top
classics.
left.
Oh, you said top left, the classics.
Yeah.
Stay on this side. All right. Home Alone versus Scrooge. Scrooge, 87, 88, I want to say. Bill Murray. Funny movie, hilarious, but we won't need to waste too much time. Home Alone takes this one, I do believe. The Santa Claus or Miracle on 34th Street. This one I open up to the judges. Now, if Shep was here, I'm pretty sure Shep would tell you that A Miracle on 34th Street is one of his faves. That tends to be his error. But I'm not Shep. Brendan, what you got for me? Santa Claus or Miracle on 34th Street?
The Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay. Kool-Aid?
Yep, Santa Claus.
Cam over there, what's the word, man?
I gotta go with Team Shep there, dude.
Hey, come over here, Cam.
Miracle on 34th Street. Ooh, this is a tough one because it is a classic. It is actually a really good classic. It's one of the classics that stand up. But I don't know, man. Tim the Two-Man Taylor, a.k.a. the Santa Claus, I think he takes it. For me, I'm going with the Santa Claus as well. Santa Claus or Home Alone. All right, third one. It's a Wonderful Life. It's like black and white, man. It's like 1940 versus A Christmas Story. You will shoot your eye out, in the words of the movie. What you going with over there, Kool-Aid? I see you
already
smile.
see me, dog. A Christmas Story.
Come on, man. This is like Christmas Story. Better make it to at least the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. A Christmas Story for me. Brendan, you shooting your eye out?
Yep.
All right, Cam, I know you are too because you picked The Miracle on 34th Street. Look at the chat too and see what they're kind of saying, by the way. See if they agree with us thus far. All right, now this one is a tough one for me because my favorite Christmas movie of all time happens to be Christmas Family Vacation, but Jingle All the Way is definitely a good one too. Infamous Turbo Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What you got for me, Brendan? You kind of look like the little kid in the movie. You kind of look like a little bit. A little bit.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Okay, just a little bit.
I gotta go Christmas Vacation.
It's
It's a classic.
That's what I'm talking about. We got the youth on our side. What you got for me, Kool-Aid?
What we doing over
A
here?
Jingle All the Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger and, what was his name? Rest in peace. Phil Hartman and Sinbad. He walks up into the radio station with the fake bomb, the postal guy. What you got for me? You seem like a Sinbad fan.
Yeah, you know what?
It's giving a
you
jingle
know what?
all the
Let's rock
way.
with Sinbad. We rocking with Sinbad.
Let's go, Sinbad.
Cam said we rocking with Sinbad.
All right. Well, we're going to have to split this one there because I'm going Christmas family vacation with Brendan. Ain't no way I'm letting Arnold beat freaking Chevy Chase Christmas family vacation. Shep, you do the split. Christmas family vacation or Jingle All the Way. Arnold versus Chevy. And I know you don't like Chevy, so you guys may have gotten a guy. What we doing? You're the tiebreaker. It's the only one we're tied on so far.
Christmas Vacation or Jingle All the Way?
Or Jingle All the Way.
I think I'm going to go Christmas Vacation.
There we go,
There
Shep.
we go.
Way to come through right on time.
Thank
We'll
you,
finish
Shep.
this later on this week. Maybe at the end of the show. There's a lot to cover. Shep's
A lot of
back.
work into that.
The internet did, and I just kind of took it. So we got Home Alone, Santa Claus. Shep, what would you be? Miracle on 34th Street or Santa Claus?
I would do Miracle on 30.
Told you. It's a Wonderful Life or the Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story. Only because it's traditional for me, our family.
Okay.
I love A Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup. Wonderful Life is better than a 6 seed. In my
I agree.
Okay.
I said the same thing.
I like that you put Die Hard in there because there's a lot of people who don't think it's a Christmas movie.
It 100% is a Christmas
I happen
movie.
to think it is a Christmas
Just like Rocky IV is a Christmas movie. He wins on Christmas.
movie. I never thought of that.
And then after he wins on Christmas and he gives that speech, everybody remembers if I can change, you can change, we all can change.
Yeah.
I just want to say one last thing to my kid who should be at home, sleep. We did it. I love you. Merry Christmas. The Christmas movie.
That's a good point. I never thought of it that way.
He leaves on Christmas. You
see
got
how
like
you
the
learn?
ornaments.
You see how you learn on
How
a
you
pretty
doing,
regular
Shep?
basis? I'm doing great.
Northwestern, Central Michigan, man, tell us about that game. I think
Yeah.
there's one people should come to.
I hope people will come to it. We're going to have some tickets to give away on the Braylon Edwards show if you're
Hey.
interested. Okay?
Shep
So
is
we're going
playing
to do
Santa
that
Claus.
for sure. Maybe next week with
Okay.
your approval. But, happy. I don't know if it can be as good as last year's bowl game, where it went 6 overtimes between Pitt and Toledo. That was considered one of the better bowl games of the year and one of the better bowl games in recent memory. This one, I think it's important when you have bowl games. I think it's important you get teams that are pretty equally matched. I think you have that on the Game Above Sports Bowl this year on December 26th.
And this will be you guys' second year. Last year you guys took over, correct?
Correct.
Last year was the first year of
took
it, yeah.
over. Yeah.
Okay.
So this year we're partnering with Midnight Golf. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Midnight Golf, but it's in downtown Detroit. I've gotten to know Harold Curry, and he helps run it, and Miss Renee Fluker, who started it with her son, to help underprivileged kids in Detroit, both young men and young women, get to college and stay in college. How do you do that? You do that through life skills, you do it through education, and you do it through golf. So we worked with some of our partners to try and help that. And I think it's going to be really exciting, and I hope it's going to be a long-term relationship between the two sides. So.
Shep, I'm going to make a recommendation. I think this is one of those days where we don't have to BS around and kind of have fun and welcome everybody in, and the weather outside is frightful. I think what we know on the docket, what's coming down that pipeline, people want to hear.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a quick commercial break? I'll do the first read, you can do our reads, and then we can come back.
I like that.
We can dive into it.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into
I think
a
so.
lot of football talk today,
Oh, yeah.
obviously, for a lot of different
ready
reasons.
for-
But I know a
guys
lot of
get
people have
upset.
talked about the Michigan situation. It warrants attention, folks. I don't care if people are tired of it. This man played there. He is a legend there.
He's
He
connected.
deserves to have his say in this matter. And I think you should want to learn some of the things that he can use as an observation tool, okay? So for sure about that. And then Lions and Rams that we will talk about as well. So stay with us on the Braylon Edwards Show. I promise you, you're going to enjoy the show here on Woodward Sports.
Corporations, the government, even your insurance company will do whatever it takes, or whatever it takes exactly to minimize their liability and withhold your compensation. Don't allow this to happen. What you want to do is you want to make that first call to Vin Johnson. And how you do that is you go to venfights.com, venfights.com. He has been fighting for a very long time at a very high level. They want all the smoke, whether it's a settlement or it's a verdict, it doesn't matter. You will get the verdict, you will get the outcome that you deserve, because that's what he does, man. He fights. Let him fight for you.
Well, you might be fighting the crowd during the holiday season, and there's going to be a big crowd, I would guess, at Art and Jake's in Clarkston this Sunday, December 14th. That's when the Lions and the Rams square
Who's
off.
going to be there?
Braylon Edwards is going to be there.
Ooh. And
a lot of our good friends here at Woodward Sports. All right? That's what I can promise you. From 4 to 6. The most important people being there, here, use this one if you want to, partner, are the donations for packages from home. This is an incredible organization. I get emotional when I start talking about local veterans and deployed service members because they don't get nearly enough attention, to be honest with you. And they're the reason that we get the chance to live in the greatest country in the world. They're looking for a lot of different items, all right? They're looking for canned foods and snacks and recreation items and books and sports equipment, electronics, things like that. All donations do have to be unopened in original packaging at least 6 months before expiration for food items. Bring them to AJ's Clarkston location between 4 and 6 this Sunday. Support the troops. They deserve it.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Venfights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff...
Straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, it's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
With With over 2,700 gyms around this great country, Planet Fitness is the gym for you. It's the gym for everyone. And we're all strong on that planet, and that planet is Planet Fitness. 50 of those locations are here, and we want to get you in shape, but we want you to march to the beat of your own gym. That's why there's no judgment here at Planet Fitness, and there's trainers on staff to do all the things that you want. You want to upgrade a little bit, get that black card. Get that black card. It's $24.99, and it gives you all the privileges of the amenities that we have here at Planet Fitness. Remember, fitness is important. In fact, fitness is essential.
Folks, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is delicious. No bubbles. It's real iced tea. It's real vodka. It's clean. It's crisp. It's only 100 calories. It is perfect for you sitting on the couch watching the Lions and Rams this weekend. Hell, tonight, it's Thursday Night Football. Pop open a couple of Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Teas, and you'll thank me in the morning because it doesn't linger, all right? It doesn't weigh you down, and it still has 4.5% alcohol. Drink responsibly and enjoy.
And we back.
Always enjoy the perspective of our family here, and I mean that sincerely. Last night, when this news broke, although I know people who have known about this for a few weeks and chose to keep it close to the vest, and I respect that very much so. First thing I thought of was Sherrone Moore's wife and 3 children, 3 daughters. They're not talked about enough. It's all about football. It's all about where we're going to go. It's all about him. Those are the real victims. The other thing I thought about Braylon is he's the first black head coach in Michigan football history, and he was hired by a black AD. What does it do to the black community? Teach us a little bit on how you feel in that regard.
I'll just stick with the first black head coach at the University of Michigan. Last night I was just very disappointed. I've known about this information for a little while now that it's hit the fan, and now that it went even a step further with potentially putting his wife and maybe kids at danger with the situation that happened and why he had to be detained. We'll get into that. Sticking with the black aspect of it is disappointing in the sense that I know a lot of individuals over the years who have coveted that opportunity to be the first black coach in the history of the University of Michigan. They took the opportunity in terms of pursuing of it. Pursuing that opportunity is something that they wanted to do. Pursuing that opportunity was something special. I mean, we know how special the University of Michigan is to us as former players, but to watch individuals want to go that route, to watch individuals covet that job. I remember the first time I even paid attention was Mike Hart said something to me in my rookie year. He said, I don't know about football forever, he said, but I want to be the first black coach in Michigan's history. Made me start paying attention. And then you look through the annals of history from 1887 up until 2024, that had never been the case. And then you hire this guy, and it doesn't matter what color you are in terms of doing wrong, doing other ethical things, immoral things, or things in which I would not send my kid to that institution. But when you add that level of it being a black man, it feels like an opportunity squandered. It feels like an opportunity wasted, and it's a deeper cut today. It's not just, damn, my institution, the University of Michigan, has another scandal, another blemish on this track record, in which we'll get into. It's that coach happened to be the first black head coach in the history of that program. I remember last night watching my stepfather, CP, 78 years old. Mm-hmm. So in 78 years of life what this man has seen, what he's been through in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and watching it be where you get to 2008, whether you care about politics or not, to see a black president was amazing for my father to see. To see Sherrone Moore get hired in 2024 as the first black head coach, and to have a little bit of something behind him, momentum, if you will, was an amazing look for him. My father played at Michigan, Stan Edwards. He played in Michigan in the 70s. What he's seen from the 70s in terms of Michigan and what was behind the curtain and underneath, and what I saw in 2001 to 2005, to have this moment where we had one of ours be a head coach at the institution that we gave blood, sweat, and tears to, continue to give blood, sweat, and tears to, and money, by the way, and that, to see this happen and just to watch it unfold and then completely unfold in which the manner that it is, it's just a disappointing day as a black man, and it's a damn disappointing day as a University of Michigan alum.
Yeah, it's really a double-edged sword for you. Because it's the university that you loved and that you poured your soul into, and like you said, you've donated to, and you helped make them a name, and they helped make you a name. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the black head coach. So it cuts deep for you, doesn't it? I mean, I'm talking about from a personal standpoint, not just from a standpoint of your opinion on where they go next. I'm talking about the here and the now.
Yeah, the here and the now definitely cuts deep. And then you look at the situation for what it was, man, just the negligence all the way around in terms of the unpreparedness all the way around. When you really look at it, I don't judge anybody. Everybody's fallible. Everybody has sin. Everybody has their own thing, their own walk that they have to go to with God. But you just get details and you're watching like, you're an idiot. You blew this situation. You're an idiot, and more details are starting to come out. And I won't even bring those in. But
do you think the black community feels even more let down because he was given this chance and in your words, blew it?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Like 100%.
It's tough, man.
100%.
I don't know when we're all going to learn.
Yeah.
But that's easy for me to say. Okay. So Mel Tucker lost his job for the same reason.
Oh,
and you know, Sherrone Moore was on the staff. How do you not know? You had to have had that conversation within the coaching. Now, in fairness to some of these guys like Rick Pitino,
right,
who's a pig and obviously was able to recover. Bobby Petrino, same thing, was able to recover. I firmly believe, tell me if you think I'm wrong here, I firmly believe that Sherrone Moore could recover if he gets let go, admits he made a mistake, it eventually goes away because you've been the mea culpa. You've said, hey, I screwed up. There before the grace of God go I. Everybody screws up, but I hurt people that really mean a lot to me. I've got to work on some things. Whatever, okay? It's the secondary action after he got let go that probably keeps him from coaching again.
Well, the secondary action is not only going to keep him from coaching again. The secondary action is also going to, if he somehow is able to recoup the money, let's say that they don't necessarily look at the contract and say the event and what happened was voidable to what the contract was. If he somehow receives that money, this family is suing. So whether he like his family's going to sue, the family of the young girl or the girl. Also, too, let's start with the inappropriate. Like, he had an affair. Like, let's call it for what it is. It's an affair. When you leave it out there as a vague term, like, it's an affair. He had an affair with a consensual adult. He shouldn't have had it, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with having affairs. I don't agree with having situations or sexual relations with subservience, if you will, because it looks a certain way. So I don't agree with any of that, but it was consensual, and it was what it was. Like, for Sherrone, that second action, nobody will touch him. Like, nobody will touch him. Nobody will come after him. I don't believe that anybody would came after him before that. Because realistically, I don't think he was the coach for the job. What I think was Sherrone Moore was in the right place at the right time. Because in January of 2024, after your savior, Jim Harbaugh, left you guys in the middle of the night with no warning, who the hell was Ward supposed to hire? On January 12th, after the signing day is over, recruits are done, the transfer portal was done, donors are done with that particular period. Who the hell gets hired at that day? Right. So you hire Sherrone because he was on the staff, because you didn't have a problem when he won the Penn State game and he cried, which should have been a red flag that day, when he cried and he endeared you with all the things that no one had a problem.
And then won the Ohio State game.
And then he won the Ohio State game. And no one had an issue then. So if I'm Ward Manuel, it's like, hey, look, Jim kind of put us in a predicament. This will work until we figure it out, and here we are.
You think Jim Harbaugh, and I think it stems back to that, he left his team high and dry at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
Do you think part of that purpose was also to get Sherrone promoted?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't believe their relationship was like that. I think it was a good one, on staff relationship, but not necessarily where let me set Michigan up this way. Because what he did was he really set the school up. Because now you didn't allow them the time in the recruiting period. You didn't allow them the time to poach a coach. You didn't allow them the time to tell these 5 stars or these transfer guys, this is who's coming in. This is where the program is going. Kalen DeBoer wanted to go to Michigan, and we'll talk about him, obviously, because his name has come up. But this was in talks back then. Well, you can't get Kalen DeBoer because now he's going to Alabama because they poached him at the right time. But we were, well, wait and see, which happened the year before.
It's really derelict in duty on the part of Jim Harbaugh. But if Michigan knew, this is a big if, I'm putting capitalized, I'm bolding it, I'm underlining it, putting in italics, whatever you want. If they knew that there was a dark cloud of conspiracy or impropriety around Sherrone Moore, it's also a derelict in duty at Michigan. for them to not be able to get a guy almost right away. Now, maybe that guy's still coaching.
Right.
You mentioned Caleb DeBoer, for example. There's a lot of coaches still coaching in bowl games, right?
Yeah.
There's one guy, Marcus Freeman, who's not, that I would hope you would at least reach out to. But it started with Jim Harbaugh, and now if it took this long to conclude your investigation, if there really was some possible whispers in September that started the investigation and it took this long, shame on them for not being better prepared.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it probably maybe a conversation was had back in that particular time. Hey, is this what's going on? No, this isn't going on. Well, that's all I can really go on right now.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like, let me get investigation, let me get information, and let me figure out what's really going on. And then here we are. You know, parents get involved, parent reaches out, hey, this is what's going on. Now it's like, yeah, this is a thing where, you know, we can't run from this. This isn't a thing that we can sweep up. Part of the conversation that's coming out, too, is they're linking Ward, you know, I guess we can go there, to this. Fire Ward because he hired Sherrone Moore. Fire Ward because he was a part of this. Fire Ward because he had some help in sweeping some of these things under.
Or didn't oversee it.
Right.
Right.
100%. Ward didn't oversee it, so fire him. Like, meanwhile, this has been going on since Jim was there. Like, how many things did Ward keep under the rug for Jim Harbaugh? Do I need to go down the list of the sign stealing scandal? Do I need the recruiting violations, the Matt Weiss firing, the I don't even know what that says, the Mozzie Smith situation, and there's another one over here, the gag order. Like, all that happened under Jim Harbaugh's watching. Those were things that Ward was trying to help in the manner until he couldn't. Right. This is the same thing, but because you like Jim, because Jim won, fair.
Right.
Fair enough. He won, and he won at a high level, so we're not clamoring for Ward's job. But when this situation happened, we're clamoring for Ward's job. It's the same situation. Like, and legitimately, Jim Harbaugh put Ward in this situation to hire this. Now he's fired, and now the next thing is, what do we do with Ward Manuel? I don't know. This isn't lobbying for Ward, and this isn't lobbying for anything up there. It's just telling you what I believe I've seen.
I don't know the answer to that either.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can say for certain. What is the most important thing for an athletic director? What is in his job title, what would you want him to be able to do best?
Raise money, hire right, and win.
Amen. All three. In that order, I might add. So raising the money's been good. Hire has not been good. Of all the coaches he's hired, really Dusty May is the only one.
Yeah.
Okay, and people are going to say Brandon Naurato. He was on the staff, number one. Number two, he took the team after Mel Pearson was let go to the Frozen Four. Of course you're going to hire him.
Yeah.
Braylon Edwards and I, after a Saturday night of upside-down beer bongs, could have done that.
Hey, don't sleep on my hockey knowledge.
I trust the hockey knowledge. I'm just telling you, that was an obvious one. Tap a guy on the shoulder. 100%. You're up next. You're double shifted, all right? 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off. I think it's – I'm not trying to discredit Ward. I'm just saying it's a little sketchy. Pearson comes in. It didn't work out. Full disclosure, I thought it was a good hire at the time. Naurato's a no-brainer, right? Yeah. Juwan Howard, brutal hire. Dusty May, good.
Yeah.
Sherrone Moore, not so much. This is the most important thing. The football hire is the most important thing. And I wonder how many people look at it because they don't feel like he oversaw his athletic department the way he's supposed to, which oftentimes for me is a little puzzling. Although, if you're going to blame a head coach like Jim Harbaugh, like Pitt Fitzgerald at Northwestern when people wanted to blame him, for everything that goes on in your program, trying to follow 100 athletes, trying to follow, how many coaches do they have? 26, 27, 28, and all the administrators. You're responsible for all those people, roughly 160, 170 people. That's a lot, okay? But if you're going to do that for a coach, then you probably have to do it for an athletic director, and that's why the athletic director hiring an administrator who's associated with that program is vital. You've got to have somebody you trust.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Look, and I don't want to keep blaming on Jim Harbaugh. I would just say this, though. With the Ward Manual hiring of Sherrone Moore, when you're hiring somebody in the 25th hour, when you're hiring somebody in that particular sense, just hiring somebody with more than enough time to replace the icon that Jim Harbaugh was. Whatever you feel about Jim Harbaugh, in that space in the last 4 years, he took himself to another level in college football annals. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
He's an identity. Ann Arbor became what Jim Harbaugh was. Who's got it better than us? Like, that's what Ann Arbor became. You can't replace that. It takes a while to replace that. Michigan State's still trying to replace Mark D'Antonio, and he didn't win a national championship.
Yeah, right.
So not only is it tough to replace that coach with regular regulations and poaching, and hey, the coach letting you know this is it. That's tough.
Yeah.
For then you have to, hey, Jim, you coming back? Hey, Jim, you come back. And also, who you need to find is the Regents, because the Regents hired Santa Ono back in 2023 or 2020, and then Santa Ono is now inserting himself in the middle of Jim and Ward, pushing them further apart.
While looking for other jobs.
Exactly. And then he didn't do himself any favors. And if you don't believe me, ask Florida about that. Oh, that's right. He doesn't work there anymore. Okay, he never did.
He never got hired. He couldn't get through the process.
100%. So it's been a lot of things. A lot of things have gotten Michigan and us, because I am Michigan, I always be Michigan, so us, have gotten us to this point. Like, there's a lot to unpack. And when talking about hiring the next coach, throwing money at him, throwing the bag at him, and come up here, hey, here's X, Y, and Z, we'll make you the highest paid coach. Come fix this institution.
Yeah.
Hey, it's on you. This is no longer the same institution that it was before Jim Harbaugh got there. This is not the same institution that it was before 2020s started. It now has a couple, actually it's not even a couple anymore. It's got instances enough to where if I'm a coach, I'm like, let me think.
You're going to think pause?
What is the risk? It's tough. Like, I'm just going to come up here.
Well, you know, the way you put it with all those things, because I didn't think about the president of the school and all these different, tentacles associated with this. You know what, dude? It makes it look like it's an absolute blank show right now. It does. When you put it all wrapped into one big box like that, people probably have deep-rooted concerns, and rightfully so. Here's when I thought that Sherrone Moore wasn't going to be long for the job. Okay?
He cried at Penn State.
No, I don't care about
the
that.
Washington game, 2024.
No, I really
take your pick.
Well, I don't care. Look,
you got to think about that.
No,
one,
you and I think about the emotional aspect a lot differently. I don't care if a grown man cries because of how happy
crying
he is.
and wailing are two different things.
Okay, well, the semantics perhaps. I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
When they hired him on a 5-year contract for about $6 million a year, then I said that's a problem. And
because Michigan's not a $6.5 million job.
You're damn right it's not.
Like,
do you know where he ranks among Division I?
That's like Brian Schottenheimer, $4.5 million to coach Cowboys. They're worth $10 billion.
Yeah, come on, right. And how much did the guy make before him?
3.
Where does he rank? He ranks 40th. Based on USA Today, he ranks 40th. If I said to you, who made more money, Brett Bielema or Sherrone Moore?
Everybody that you say is going to have made more money than
Correct.
Sherrone Moore.
Jonathan Smith
Moore.
Or Sherrone Moore? I could bring
Jonathan Smith made so much.
Jonathan Smith made over $7 million at Michigan State.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. I'm not talking about guys with big buyouts like James Franklin. I'm talking about guys who were at schools and maybe didn't have the chops behind it. PJ Flippin' Fleck made more money than Sherrone Moore.
That makes sense.
It makes no sense to me. Absolutely none. All right? Row the boat down the road. Sorry.
It makes sense to me that he makes more money in the sense that I think he's a better coach. It doesn't make sense considering what institution he's at and where Sherrone is, to your point.
Okay. We can have a really good debate on whether or not he's a better coach. Okay.
You think Sherrone's a better coach than PJ Fleck?
Well, I don't think PJ Fleck's a very good coach at all. And people who think that he should be at the next head coach in Michigan
No.
He's perfect at Minnesota.
Agreed.
Okay.
Because they're not going to ask you for very much.
Right. Because Minnesota will go, you got us to 8-4, and we're going to a bowl game that we can't pronounce?
Keep rolling the boat.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Keep roll that boat. Put it up all over. Can you imagine? I would love to see Braylon Edwards walk into Schembechler Hall and see row the boat in different places. Because that's what he did at Western. That's what he did at Minnesota.
I got to go introduce myself to another coach. Hey, how you doing, Braylon Edwards? What's up? Can I be on the sideline? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But can you imagine seeing that? Row the boat or having the Michigan helmet and it says row across it?
Nah.
Please. Okay? All I'm saying is that's when I thought there was a serious problem. When they hired him for that little money. I thought, how much do you value your guy? If Michigan wants to get the right person, they've got to go out and spend not only on the head coach like they did with Harbaugh, but on their staff as well.
Also, too, it's just such a situation. Let's go back a little bit. Like, let's take Harbaugh leaving late out of the equation. What happened while Harbaugh was there led to what? it led to sanctions. It led to probations. It led to these things. Like, if I'm trying to come to an institution and you tell me, hey, we want you, we're going to pay you this, but, oh, by the way, you have to start here. And, oh, by the way, there may be some more things coming down the pipeline. Another reason why Sherrone was hired and was also paid little is because one won't necessarily believe that you're the guy, so you might be a stopgap for whatever's coming down the NCAA pipeline.
Or prove yourself.
And prove yourself. Like, I think they're saying. I think those things work together, and what their thought was is Sherrone Moore, we'll hire you, prove yourself. Also, we know we got a lot of BS to deal with, so if this is a 2-year period of dealing with that until we can get to the end of the rainbow and find our next guy, here we are. They didn't in a million years think that it would be this way.
If you're Michigan, the Regents, the athletic director, if you're in that front office, I think the first thing you do is you reach out to your big donors and try to calm them. That's first and foremost.
Steve Ross, where you at?
All of them. The second thing
Oracle, Larry Ellison.
All of them. The second thing you do is, and I hope every athletic director, all the ADs I've ever talked to, they have this list in their drawer, wink, wink.
If you're the donors, are you pissed? Are you pissed at what happened in the last 2 years?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a tough phone call to make now.
It's a really tough phone call.
You got to do it, but it's tough.
Are they willing to take that phone call? But I was going to say,
hey, Larry, sorry we screwed up. Is there any way you can cut a check for $500?
For what? Right. But if you've got to have a list of 5 guys, okay, not burgers, but 5 guys, 5 names, where you're going to say, is this going to be my next football coach, basketball coach, the primary positions? You have to be prepared for that, and it needs to be updated every 6 months, 8 months or so.
You mentioned the name. Like you mentioned the name. If I was Michigan right now and I was going after a coach, there's 2 coaches I would go after. But there's one guy in particular. He's not gonna get the job, but I would go after Marcus Freeman. I know Sherrone might have messed it up for the brothers, but Marcus Freeman. No. You don't know Michigan like I do, but hear me out. Fine. Let's say we're good. Let's don't do that. We can play that game too.
Well,
Marcus Freeman is at an institution right now that's getting punished for being the number to have 2 losses. Like in the conference thing with Notre Dame, are they going to join the conference? Are they not going to join the conference? Notre Dame will never join the conference. Like they've drawn that line in the sand. And at every turn, whether it was in the 90s, 2000, 2010s, or now, they're drawing that line in the sand. Michigan's a part of a conference.
Yeah.
What you've built there is right down the street. Man, I would throw a bag at Marcus Freeman.
So would I, and I think Michigan would too. I truly believe this. And I said this before Michigan State hired Pat Fitzgerald. I'll say the same thing about Michigan. When you have a certain school, you should never be afraid to pick up the phone and receive the answer no.
Yeah.
Okay? Marcus Freeman should be a phone call. Kalen DeBoer should be a phone call. Dan Lanning should be a phone call. And Eli Drinkowitz should be a phone call. Those would be my 4. Those would be the first 4. They're representatives. Those would be my first 4 phone calls for all of them. And if I go, it's no, 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 then you move on to the next one. Guess what? Does anybody know who the first choice for Penn State was? No. But you do know that Matt Campbell accepted it. Do you think Matt Campbell's sitting there at a press conference going, damn it, you know what? I was their 4th choice, and it's really offensive that BYU's coach stayed in Provo, but I had to leave Ames, Iowa to come here. No. He just likes the fact that he's the next head coach at Penn State.
That's very true. Like, but it goes deeper to what you first said. Like, you really got to figure out what the situation is, and you don't have a lot of time because it's not about just offering these coaches and then getting told no by the top 4 and then starting to go down that list until you get to name 15. Like, what you're trying to restart, which like Michigan's in a start over. Like, this isn't a situation where Michigan is going to just take some pieces and then add a coach and build on what they did in 2023. That national championship is over. Mm-hmm. The remnants of that are done. Like, it's over. You're going to have somebody come here and start anew.
Would you think they should cut the cord with all associates with the Jim Harbaugh era? I'm talking about from coaching standpoint.
The few that remain, I think they're going to get walked out the door.
Well, I'm referring to anybody who has left and might come back. So, for example, Jesse Minter is the defensive coordinator for the LA Chargers.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I will allow it.
All right.
I will allow it because what he was able to do when he was here on that defensive staff in 2022. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in 2022 when he was here, what it looked like, because McDonald took over in 2023. 2022, what it looked like with him I saw the energy, similar to McDonald's energy. Energy is a real thing. Kids bought in. And also, he knows the space to a certain extent, has success out there right now with the Chargers. They were the number 1 defense in the league last year. Like, this is a special number. So, yes, Jesse Minter for sure. Like, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah. Please, we respect all opinions.
Yeah.
We don't have to go too far.
No.
It's okay if you're duplicating somebody else's thoughts. The fact that if somebody puts Brian Kelly in the chat, it's probably not going to get read because that's not an option. Okay?
It isn't.
You're trying to move away from controversy, not running toward it, right?
In fact, that's why I was very hesitant on the Michigan State hire, although that was some years ago, and maybe he's distanced and associates himself from that. But that's why I was a little hesitant on that hire. This is on a little lighter side. All you Michigan State slappies out there, all the green and white and everybody, you got free reign. And all us Michigan fans, we got to eat it. All them jokes, all the jokes that are coming down the pipeline about Sherrone, guess what? Take them in stride. Because me and all of us, we went ham and cheeseburger on tuck coming, tuck this, and all that other stuff. We let Michigan State have it. So be prepared for it. It's coming back. Don't get mad. Don't get the pouting. Don't get the fighting. Don't not respond to your friends that are green and white text. Like, it's coming down, and it's deserved. So I'm here for it. Whoever wants to text me and crack jokes, I'm taking it in stride. I'm not going to be mad.
Truly brothers now.
Because it's deserving. Yeah. He put himself in this situation, and when you play silly games, as my grandmother used to say, you win silly prizes.
Let's get to some super chats because I think it's important to make sure we're getting Braylon's perspective on things that they want to. I truly believe this, by the way. So that's why I gave you the look. And you're like, play that game. I'm telling you, I think Marcus Freeman is high on their list. All right,
and I appreciate that optimism. I just look at it as they not hire another brother for a while. Neither is Michigan State. Like Mel Tucker and Sherrone Moore, they ruined it for a while.
Man, Bobby Williams before Mel Tucker.
And how long did that take?
Right.
That was 2002. Mel Tucker got hired in 2021.
Okay,
20 years.
If they reach out to Marcus Freeman, does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
I do believe that. Kool-Aid rolled his eyes. First time I've seen that. Why?
No, I just know it's not going to happen. It's like, I would, of course, I would love.
You don't think they're going to reach out to Marcus Freeman?
Not with a real attempt.
I will bet you. I'll bet you an
nod.
Acai bowl right now from Smoothie.
Shit, love them acai bowls.
I would be glad to buy you that.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
I would. Hey, you know what? The chat, man, they've been active. There's a lot of y'all in here, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash the like button. Brady's been on fire. Man. J. Rod Sayers with the $10 super chat, #1 crown right now. He says, I appreciate your point of view on this U of M news. As a diehard Wolverine fan, today is rough, but I'll always root for the Maize and Blue. Looking forward to meeting you all in studio next week. Hail to the victors.
Hey.
Looking forward to speaking of people in the chat, Michael Weary, happy birthday. One of our most loyal people that come to the chat by. Happy birthday, man. Make today the best birthday.
Sing it.
Happy birthday.
That's it.
That's what I told you
yesterday.
See, I told you. See, right now you think it may be something behind it.
I know. I remember the story from yesterday. Listen to me. I listen to you. I am not one of these Generation Z people who are off looking at somebody else while you're still talking to me. I've got you.
You know why I love you, Shep, because you couldn't even say Gen Z. You had to say Generation Z. See, Shep is Shep, man. You gotta love him, man. Nah, but appreciate it. Happy birthday. Yeah, go ahead. But it's one of those tough days, but it's a tough day in which you have to be honest. You can't come in here and give coach speak, for lack of a better word, man. We see the situation the very same. Last night someone was put in an endangered situation. You roll that back and then look at what the situation was for this coach. This is something that won't be tolerated. I look at it if I were to be questioning situation for Maddox. Hey, Maddox, where you think about going to school? Or Michigan? Well,
yeah. It's okay.
That's how you have to think about it.
How can you not?
Would I want to put my son in not institution? Yes, always to Michigan. But would I let my son go play for
it's the right
Sherrone Moore? And the answer would be no. So this is a tough day.
You know this, and your dad probably struggled with it too, to a certain extent. When you are handing your child over to a college coach, it is not just for football or to get them, Braylon Edwards, to the NFL. It is the most formative years of your life. And I remember when my son was getting recruited, and I said this to the coach where he went and played. I said, you're getting him at 18. I'm going to get him back at 22. I expect the same values that I'm teaching him for you to teach him as well. Okay,
man, real talk. Like when I just as a single 20, 25, 30-year-old, you'll hear where I'm going with this. Just as a single 20, 25, 30-year-old, like you know how much energy is exhausted in entertaining different women? Like, do you know how much energy is exhausted? You cannot be the best.
I do not.
Well, you've been married 100%, but like that's why I led with it as a single, especially like once I got older, like my 30s, 37, 38. I don't have time for that. I say that to say this: to be in a whole relationship with a young woman that works for you. Do you know how much energy that you have to spend trying to do this and make sure it doesn't get out? All while having a wife and 3 kids, all while coaching, the number 1, 2, 3, 4 brand in college football. Now wonder why you watch games and they look unprepared. Now wonder why you see moments where coordinators should be called out on things, but they're not. And it continues over a 3-week period. That's because you weren't worrying about Michigan getting better all the time. You weren't worrying about player development. You weren't worrying about what coaches should be coaching, and maybe I didn't see the right thing when I hired this coach, like a Dan Campbell did with certain coaches. Instead, you know what you are here doing.
Yeah.
It's taken away from who you are as a husband. It's taken away from who you are as a coach, a mentor.
It drains you mentally.
It's draining.
Yeah, it's draining.
Like, I remember
you
that from being single, like 35.
Dude, I don't think anybody would want to work with their spouse anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? Or you know what I'm saying? My wife has hard enough time living with me, for crying out loud, let alone working with me. But you understand where I'm going, right? Everybody needs space. Yeah. That's okay. All right? He needs space from me, and we work together a few hours a day. That's all right. I have no problem with that. The people who are offended by that are the people who are the problem.
So you hit the nail on the head as it relates to the situation in the very beginning. There's no way that Sherrone Moore could not look up the road to what was going on in 2022.
Yeah.
There's no way you look up that road, you see what happened to Mel Tucker, and you can legitimately say, but I won't get caught.
Right.
Unless you saw it happen before, but that's a whole nother story. That's the one thing is if you walk in a certain area because you think you can do that.
Yeah,
because of what you see.
Arrogance. You can go ahead and say it. Pride.
In that seat before you got there.
You're right. Kool-Aid.
Pride and arrogance. They come before the fall.
Yep.
Somebody
Kool-Aid, you are so right. We all,
right.
Not, I shouldn't say we all, but you know what I mean. Especially guys in general. That's not going to happen to me. How many coaches have we heard where they go, you know what? This dude was a problem there, but I can fix him. Jim Schwartz, Albert Hainsworth in Tennessee. I can handle Titus Young. I know how I'm doing. I can change this guy. He wasn't a very good player there, but bring him to me, I'll make him a really good player. We see it all the time. It's a God complex for coaches.
Yeah, also too, like you,
what?
You hired this woman to give her a $50,000 bump in pay just to hit. Like,
yeah,
that's a cornball.
Yeah, dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't clip that part.
He's so disappointed, dog, and I can feel it.
Don't clip that.
No, I can feel it too. I think that's why it was really important for him to talk on it. You can be disappointed if you're a Michigan fan. Wearing a Michigan, tunic doesn't matter. Right. This dude was from the time, he could change his own clothes, wanted to play at Michigan.
Yep.
And then since that time, the money, going back, shaking hands, hanging out with friends, talking with friends. It's a different life than
jersey.
If you're just a friend, okay? Mm-hmm. Sorry. Or if you're just a fan. It cuts much, much deeper. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, for us, is how we cheer for Sherrone is how, like, white boys be cheering about Christian McCaffrey. Running back space.
Yeah, this is
yes, Christian.
Why is it always white boy? I can't say black boy.
Yes, you can.
Here. No, I can't.
You can say that wouldn't bother me. We're good. Just say black man. Say black man. No, I'm joking. Just having some fun.
That's not a bad.
It was a serious topic today, so that was just a little.
Yeah, that's funny.
Just a little gloss on there, a little glaze.
I like this question though from our guy Randall Small. Number 2 crown in the chat, $2 super chat. He says, "Hey Braylon, have you thought about coaching?"
Yes,
I have. So last week when we had Jabin Gonzalez in here, Jermaine Gonzalez's son, Orchard Lake St. Mary's quarterback, back-to-back state titles.
Oh, give me
when we had him
right?
in here, I was talking to Jermaine after the show. Mark Campbell, who's a phenomenal tight end at University of Michigan back in the day, will be on the staff next year coaching tight ends at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 100% he is. I'm like, yo, what's up with the wide receivers? He says, what's up? So I think I would prefer to get in that level, entry level, see what it is, because you have to spend time. Like,
what are you clapping for? What are you clapping?
I want to see him
from
in this
2 to
thing.
4. How can he do both?
Football practice starts at like 4:30.
We'll
in Ann
live
Arbor?
stream. We'll
Orchard
live
Lake
stream.
St. Mary's.
I thought he's clapping because he wants you at Michigan.
No, I said it's a process.
Yeah,
Orchard
he'll
Lake
step
St.
up.
Mary's. I'm going to be wide receivers coach next year potentially. See how that works. Get in and
Now you got Shep's
get my
attention.
teeth into it. And from then, maybe I go head coach
I
or
don't mind you
offensive
having success.
coordinator.
I just, I just don't want it to be at the expense of something I enjoy. That's all.
No, but the high school practice starts later.
I can be selfish.
But
Don't tell me I can't be selfish. All right?
Orchard Lake St. Mary's not too far from me. I'll be able to make it in perfect time.
I'm just kidding.
Two things can
I'm
be
just
true.
kidding. I wish you the best. Whatever you want to do, that's all that matters.
But to answer that question a lot more, and I think it's because sometimes you got to get there in life. Where you can't, because somebody thinks you're good at it or because you want it, or because they want you to do it, you have to get there. I'm now at the age where I want to give the information back. I want to give the knowledge back. I watch TV. I watch the games in a different way. I'm like, oh man, see what he should have done is this, that, and the third. That's the same information that I could be sharing with.
I love
some of these
that.
young
I think
individuals.
it's really important. I say this to my kids all the time. If you have the time, go give back, because you learn. That's how kids are going to get better. There's a lot of good dads out there who like to coach. Good for you. Okay, Braylon Edwards coaching the wide receivers compared to Chuck Smith, who runs the dry cleaning down the store and down the street and still has time, is a lot different, right? My son excelled because he had college lacrosse players coach him. These kids will, not that Orchard Lake St. Mary's needs it, for crying out loud, they won another state championship, but think about how they would benefit from that type of input from staff members like you, like Gonzalez, like Mark, all this other stuff.
A lot of people have poured into me and other athletes over the years, man. I can name a ton of coaches, a ton of people, a ton of, just administration people that have poured into me. And I remember we had this Coach Reginald Hinton, Bobo. Shout out to him. He was great when I played for the Westside Cubs. Kind of taught me the position on Sundays, how to release, how to catch, the clock situation. But then also Troy Kyle was on that staff too. And not that he did anything over the top great, but he was a former college player who had played in the NFL a little bit. When he came back and coached on the Little League team, he taught me some of those routes and those moves. I was ahead of the curve in high school.
Sure.
And then in college, because I had some of these NFL moves that he was able to teach me when I was 12, 13, 14 years old.
That's
so
pretty
it
awesome.
does go a long way.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Good for you. Any other super chats?
Oh yeah,
Before we hit a
they've been
break.
pouring in. I didn't know if you guys want to take a quick one and we come back to some of these super chats because
we should
we got
rephrase
quite
that.
a few in here right now.
Yeah. Good. We'll rephrase that. Instead of a quick one, we'll take a break here on the
There we
Braylon
go.
Edwards Show. After this, from Smoothie King and Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Man,
out
I
to
need
the
a smoothie
people, man.
man. Right now. I need one of those smoothies. You know what? After work, I think that's where I'm going. It's on the way home, so why not? Michigan winter, can you slow down? But your girls don't hibernate. Not at all. I'm Braylon Edwards, and I'm one hit Smoothie King on cold days to keep my energy steady and my recovery on track. And that's the key. Recovery is always the key. You can burn out the fuel, but you got to put it back, man. Real fruit, protein options that actually help you feel good before and after your workout. Feel smarter this winter. And then don't forget, scan that QR code above, man. We want to get you to the Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. We want you to nominate somebody. This is an amazing thing that we do. Make sure they have that hustle. Make sure they have that impact in the community. Make sure they know what they're doing on and off the field.
By the way, did you see one of the former Smoothie King High School Athletes of the Week that we had? C.J. Sadler was named Player of the Year.
I did see it. Look at Smoothie
Wait,
King.
so C.J. Sadler and then Natasha Dudek, they're
Just
doing
saying.
big things on the national
The
stage.
Smoothie King, CJ Sadler.
I'm
He got
not.
an
I'm
eye
not
for
saying
it.
this show should take credit for it, but it's.
Right.
I would say the people that they have selected, Braylon and folks at Smoothie King, is pretty dope. It's getting cold outside, and you know that. All right. It's the packing snow. It's the wind. It's chilly at night. You got to stay warm. How do you do that? No, you can't just use a blanket and footies. You need your air conditioning, off, but you need your furnace on. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning can help you with that. They've been serving Metro Detroit for over 40 years and treating people the right way, the way they should be treated. with appreciation. SharonsHeating.com right now has free instant estimates for equipment replacement. They have online filter purchasing directly from the website. And if you're a DTE gas customer, you're going to get a free furnace tune-up through the end of 2025. Here's their phone number, 734-238-3805. Tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Michigan, are you ready? It's the biggest pickleball event of the year. It's the Woodward Sports Pickleball Open, January 9th through the 11th, and we're kicking it off with a bang. Friday night at 7:30 p.m., the Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament hits the court. That's all 4 shows throwing down, plus local celebs, and it's all broadcast live. Hey, shout out to the heavyweights. Then the real battle begins. 3 days of nonstop pickleball, men's, women's, mixed, and singles divisions. This is where champions are made. Sign up now at pickleballtournaments.com. Scan that QR code or call Wicked Pickle at 734-331-3451. And let's make sure we got that massage chair there too, Brenda.
Yeah, you're going to be pretty sore after that tournament, so check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. The largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with the top brands for massage chairs like Ofinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And we back. Shout out to the people.
You got me? Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's get back to some more super chats. Anybody who's willing to passionately support the Braylon Edwards Show, like some have, they deserve to be heard. So, Kool-Aid, you want to embark?
$50 super chat. This is from Jarrell Joseph. $50. Thank you guys for supporting today. He says, Bray, coming from a state fan, I guess that's Michigan State, let's keep it 100. I believe Michigan and Michigan State set Sherrone and Mel up respectively. they were just dumb enough to fall for it.
Sure. Like, sure, 100%. But at the end of the day, like what you do with your member is up to you. Yeah, what you do with your member and understanding the situation that you're in. Like you're already. You know what? Let's take color out of the situation for this kind of thing. We're done with color. All right, we're done with that part of it. You're in a situation where Michigan is asking you to prove yourself. Like they're asking you to prove yourself. That's why the money is what it was. That's why the situation is what it is. That means you got to walk a fine-tooth comb and you got to get better and better and better. That means you got to be doing everything to become the best version of yourself so that when that conversation comes time, you know what? I think you've outplayed this contract. I think there's more for you on the other end. So, yeah, did they set him up? Not with her, but more so in the situation just throwing him the head coaching job, knowing he maybe had been in over his head, but so what? He took it. So, like, for whatever we say, he took the job, he took the opportunity, and then he also took the honey, which was not sweeter on the other side. So,
that confuses me. I don't know how Mel Tucker got set up. Michigan State gave him more money than they were paying Mark D'Antonio. And he was the 12th highest paid coach in America at the time. He coached there for, 4 seasons? If you're going to set somebody up, you're going to set them up and you're going to let them stay there as long as they did from 2020, 2021, 2022?
I will, yes.
3 years, I'm sorry.
But I will say to that, yes, if you're waiting to find out how to get yourself out of a pickle. And in their pickle, they're trying to get out of the money paid for Mel Tucker, which means they knew about what was going on. So let's just wait until we have all our ducks aligned in a row to be able to pull the trigger. Same thing with Sherrone Moore, whereas that's what the question really is.
I thought he meant set him up like you brought him in knowing he was going to fail. Who in their right mind as an athletic director hires a guy and says, I know this guy's going to fail, but I'm going to give him the job? Like, that's ridiculous.
Michigan State's athletic directors the last couple of years.
I mean, to me, that makes absolutely no sense. I don't think Michigan State set. So let me get this straight. He gets the job. Both these guys get the job. They screw around. They screw up, and it's back on the school? How about some self-deprecation here, okay? How about those guys screwed up? I don't care what color they are. I don't care what they were brought in to do, and I don't care what school they were coaching. They were given an opportunity. They blew it. I would say that about whomever is coaching. Male, female, white, black, it doesn't matter to me. Go ahead.
You know what? Shout out to Michael Wary on his birthday. He
sent
in a
birthday.
$20 super chat, man. Yo, the people are really supporting. Says again, Bray, have you seriously though thought about coaching? They're doubling down, bro.
Why do you keep reading these?
They sent it in. It's a super chat. We got to read it. That's a totally different one.
I'm not panicking. I'm getting disturbed.
That's a completely different.
Which is a good heavy metal band, by the way. Disturbed. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. Like coaching Ann Arbor might be bad luck right about now, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the straight and narrow. I don't even but we'll see. Like 100%, I'm serious. I'm dead serious from the conversation I had with Jermaine Coach Gonzalez last week. And I'm gonna get on that staff and I'm gonna see, and see where it could take me. But I'm starting with high school wide receivers. Because that's where the love is.
Do you think you'll like it?
I think I'll love it, to be honest. Because I'm the guy that always hates, in air quotations, not hate's such a strong word. I'm always annoyed that I have to go to football camps. Meanwhile, once I get to people's football camps, I'm the coach that's out there sweating, running routes, engaged in conversations, yelling at the kids like they're my sons or like they're my players. So like in going to camps and starting to notice that energy and then remember everybody from Calvin to Randy Moss to Torrey Holt, say, man, you out here sweating. Like that let me know that I actually enjoyed it. That let me know that for me it wasn't just coming out here to show face at somebody's camp and then go do all the things that come with a camp weekend, as I know you know. No, I was out there really diving into it and trying to help them and listening to the questions. So that starts sparking and piquing my interest, and now here we are. So yeah,
would love to come film that. Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be awesome.
Have to.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's gonna get a say so. We're just gonna be out there supporting our guy Bray.
I'm gonna be Connor Stallions up there. He's not even gonna know I'm there.
On the AI glasses.
He's not even gonna know I'm there.
There was not ever one time that somebody said fire Jim when that was going on.
Okay, any others before we move on to Lions?
Oh yeah,
Rams?
It's definitely a lot. And if we have to, we could save some of these for
no, that's
the
okay.
mailbag too.
Yeah, let's get to them. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who want to hear from
out here today. You see what I'm saying? Look at that, man. Shout out to the Lions, man.
Julian
They're
Hampton.
about to shock the world Sunday.
Oh, that
Shock
sounds
the
like an early
world
prediction.
Sunday.
That's called just joking. We can get in that conversation too.
He didn't even use it as a tease. He was like, "No, I'm not even setting y'all up."
You know what?
like
Luckily, I don't have to pick who I want to win the game or who I believe to win the game until tomorrow. So today is
Right.
teases.
We just got to pick one game tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Julian
That's an easy
Hampton.
Yeah.
$4.99 super chat from Julian Hampton. Didn't even say anything, just sent in the support. So shout out to Julian.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Julian.
that.
Dante151,
Very nice of
$4.99 super chat. It says, do you guys think that Bryce Underwood is going to transfer out? Also, Mel
That's the
Tucker was
question.
coming and more came. Oops, LOL.
That is a big question, isn't it?
That was a question that you and I talked about before all this even happened.
Yeah.
Like after that Ohio State game, when you look at the fact that he threw for 63 yards in that game, and you look at the fact that it doesn't seem as though the player development is where it once was in the University of Michigan. And you're talking about a guy that, LSU still wants him. Places still want him. Like he hasn't had
With a guy who has proven he can develop quarterbacks.
100%. So yeah, I think that's a real conversation. And to be honest, like, here's a better question: why should Bryce Underwood stay?
Does it depend on who comes in next?
Class didn't look overly.
Class was ranked, depending on the website, 11th in the country. Here's how I would sell it to him if I were coming in as a head coach.
Okay.
Which would be pretty funny, and you would be my OC.
I'm Bryce.
But I would say we had 6 freshmen or redshirt freshmen on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a very highly touted class coming in. We're going to be really good next year. We had 3 redshirt offensive linemen. They're only going to be better.
Right.
You're going to be better because we're going to hire people to help make you better.
Yeah.
We've got an outstanding running back in Jordan Marshall who's going to help us. Marsh was a freshman.
Yep.
The connection you had with him. We're bringing in good wide receivers. Stay with us. That's what I would be. I would be, strongly encouraging him to stay with us. Now you got to get the right people, okay? And he wants to see that.
And my rebuttal would be like, do you see what my season was this past year as it relates to passing? Look, I love the school, I love the institution, but I came here to get paid, and I came here to be the best quarterback that I can be. I came here to throw for 4,000 yards. I came here to throw for 40 touchdowns. And right now, I'm not believing that this is a place where I can do that, because you guys are so caught up in the run game and the history of what the offensive line and the history of what the run game is. This is a new day and age. This is a new day and age. Give me, what are the guarantees? Because right now I'm not seeing
Bryce, I appreciate that very much. Knowing that we've lost our head coach, we're going to lose our offensive coordinator by our design.
Thank you.
You are not going to have the same OC next year. We have made it a point to go get bigger wide receivers similar to those that we've had in greatness at that position in the past. We want you to succeed. It helps us when you go to the next level, and you will be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, there we
that
go.
we
Start
are
talking NFL stuff.
Yeah, that we are going to make sure you have every resource, not just financially and weightlifting and the amenities, but the players on the field to make you successful.
I want an extra $1 million each year. What's up?
Let me make a call to the donor.
You know what? This was a productive conversation.
Okay, good.
Whoever's coming next needs to come with that energy.
Good.
Because that was a little curveball I threw you, and you answered that pretty. You know what? All right, Shep.
Will you do me a favor? Can you pick up the tab real quick?
You know what?
Since you make more money than I do.
You know what, Coach? I got you. That right there is, if it goes something like that, Bryce would stay.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of funny.
I hope so.
I
I saw him before the game against Villanova. Out of the practice facility. He was there late, working hard with all of his teammates. He is a very engaging player. I don't care. I do care how nice you are and how you represent your school and your name. It's really important. He's a good kid, okay? And a lot of kids that with that type of accolades wouldn't have to be like that.
What I like about him, he reminds me of KD. Remember the crack jokes about KD we were talking about, but KD only cares about ball?
Yeah.
When you saw Bryce at that, obviously in his Corvette pull up next to, but when you see Bryce, he's amongst the folks. He's chilling with football clothes on, football things. And you hear a lot of stories about him at Schembeckler. And I've heard it from multiple people, not just people at Schembeckler. So
doesn't always have to talk to people, but it took the time out. I went up to him and I said, hey, by the way, I called your 3 state championships. He's like, no way, that's dope. Kool-Aid.
Hey,
Little tap. He was not in a Corvette, which is surprising to me. He was just in a regular old truck.
He was real humble too, man. We got to interview.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, at the bus, Jerome Bettis, he had his foundation here when the draft was here.
Love the bus.
A big event, and he showed up, and he was really, really humble. Everything was about his faith, his family, and being excited about the opportunity ahead.
Yeah, parents did a good job with him.
Yep.
From what I can tell. The bus reminds me of you a little bit. You're always smiling. Very happy. Go ahead.
Too. And you know what? Julian actually did send in something and sent in another $1.99 super chat to make sure we could see it. What do you guys think of a Deion Sanders hire? Not sure why people are laughing in the chat with that type of hire. He is a leader of men, and he will bring a lot of recruits and transfers.
Hi, Deion where? Michigan?
Yeah.
Man, get the hell out of here. No, like Deion, for what it was great. He went to an institution that nobody cared about, which was Colorado. Like, anybody could have gone there. They didn't care. He went there. He took a staff that he had from Jackson State that featured Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and a good enough quarterback to throw for 356 yards last week against the Tennessee Titans. That what he had and what he bought, like that thing had an expiration date. And I believe that expiration date was when he got drafted last year. In my estimation.
27-6 at Jackson State, really good. The Colorado numbers, not quite so good. I don't know what people use for a coach's or a player's resume that is good enough for them. We talked about Anthony Davis yesterday. We talked about Laurie Markkinen yesterday, right? What is it you look at? Does the winning have to be there? At what level? Like Curt Cignetti, that's the name everybody talks about, at Indiana, look at where he's been. James Madison, Elon, before that. Look at all UPI, all the places he's been. He's won everywhere. Every single level. Stop. Is that important to you? I'm not saying that would be most important to me. I'm just saying he was really good at Jackson State. Then suddenly he's at Colorado. Granted, I didn't expect him to win a national championship, but I think it's okay to expect better than 16-21 in his career. So I would say probably no to that. I think there are better options out there, and I would gravitate toward the better options.
Yeah, I'm looking at Blakely in the chat, number 3 Crown, $1.99 super chat. He says, throw $20 million to Cignetti. Who cares? Make him say no. That guy has been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for the super chat.
$20 million is obviously a little hyperbolic here.
The only thing with Cignetti is, yes, he's won everywhere he's been, but like trying to get that, bring it to an institution, like another major institution and start over, like he's not bringing his same crew that he brought to Indiana. Now they're turning up, and then he went into that conference.
Yeah,
like he went into that conference and said, "Hey, I am about to be the head coach of Indiana in the Big Ten. There's an opportunity in the window." He went to every team in that conference and got the best players and got them to say, "Hell yeah, I want to be here. I want to play in the Big Ten." And all of them went with him. Like he won't be able to do that this time around. It'll be a little more even ground for him. And that's going to be interesting.
The good news for him is he plays a very favorable schedule over the next number of years. I don't know how many years it goes, but over a number of years to try and get it done. $20 million, I'm sure it's just tongue-in-cheek. Just so people are aware, the highest paid coach in college football is Kirby Smart at Georgia. He makes 13.2. Yeah. So $20 million is a little hyperbolic, I think, which is one of my favorite words. I think it's a little out of control, but I think what they're saying is, that's what you want. Okay. Braylon, how much different do you think it is being a head coach at Indiana and being a head coach at Michigan or Ohio State or even Oregon or maybe Penn State in the conference?
It's a lot more different. It's a lot more that comes with Michigan that's bigger than sports. It's bigger than football, but Michigan football, like whether it's good or bad or whatever, it's very important always. So I think it's tougher. I think it's a lot tougher.
Yeah, they could build a statue for him in Bloomington right now. Okay,
already.
If he were doing this at Michigan, he would be applauded, but he would be another one of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Better not come with no scandal.
Well, that's true. Any other super chats that we want to get to before we dive into Lions and Rams?
Yeah, definitely. Michael Wary, he sends in a super chat just saying thank you guys for the birthday love. That was a $2 one.
You deserve it.
He also asked any idea who the interim coach will be. I know Biff Poggi is the assistant coach right now, I believe, or the acting interim coach for the game against Texas.
So what do you think he means by culture? This has always fascinated me. What is culture? If they're talking about culture, and Braylon just laid out the culture from Harbaugh and Sherrone Moore, what kind of culture is that? You don't want that culture, right? So what exactly are we talking about here? It's kind of like when people say, I don't like this coach because wherever he wins with other people's guys. What are you, nuts? I mean, it's hard to win with other guys. Sometimes it's more difficult. You think any coach comes in for another coach with the same group of guys and says, I tell you what, I'll learn your playbook. We'll just do everything the same because I'm going to make that big of a difference. They're implementing their own stuff. You still have to follow them. They still have to make the right game day decisions. They have to do all those things. So I'm wondering how do we define culture, do you think?
Culture it changes every day in terms of word and the description. But what people with multiple places they've gone and won with other people's teams, I think that happens like once. Like you'll go somewhere and then win like that year or that 2 years, and after that it's like, all right, what's on you? Hey, what do you have?
But I have to sell you if I'm your coach, and you came in with another coach, and I want Braylon Edwards to stay. I have to sell you on myself. I have to sell you on the fact that I'm going to be beneficial for you to get to where you want to go, and then you're going to recognize it on game day. You're going to recognize it during practice. You're going to figure out whether or not this guy's worth fighting for.
Coaches already exist. They're already in place, but coaches evolve. And I think that's what happens. Like, coaches evolve. Now, as a player, and I'm looking at you, do I feel like you're somebody that can evolve this culture? Do I feel like you're somebody that can add to what the culture already is? Like, Jim Harbaugh, in the last 4 years of what it was, added to what the culture was. And the culture at Michigan not necessarily was open to listening to the players, talking to the players, having an open-door policy, having a little bit more fun, a little bit more laid back. A lot of things that they did was a lot different. Jim Harbaugh in 21 to 24 added, 21 to 23 added to what the culture was at Michigan. So now on top of tradition and winning and all this other stuff, now it's, this is cool. This is actually trending. This is what's going on. This is, okay, this is. So you got to add to it. Culture is ever evolving. Like, do I believe you're a guy that can evolve a culture?
Okay.
Yeah.
Build on it.
Build on it.
Make it even stronger.
Yeah, 100%.
16 after the hour. Any more Kool-Aid before?
We got three more I can zip through. One of them from Michael is just a $1 super chat. They just sent it in for support. So shout out QB. Michael, I see you in the chat. And then we also have a couple more here. Randall Smalls, $2 super chat. Just want to throw some love to Tony Anise from Ferris State. He says, great coach.
He is.
And Michael Go Blue 199, he just wants your overall thoughts on the future of Michigan football.
Michigan football will always be all right, man. They got money, they got donors, you got the power. Like, Michigan will always be Michigan. That's one thing you never have to worry about. It's just how long is it going to take it to get back to that? Like that, how long is it going to take it? You know, because nobody has time to be waiting 20 years like we did from 2004 to 2021. So how fast is it going to take? But Michigan's going to be all right, man. They got the biggest donor system in the public school instance. Like, everybody knows you can legitimately throw a rock and hit a Michigan alum anywhere in the world. Michigan will be fine. We just got to get on the same damn page. Like, that's what has to happen. Michigan has alums. Michigan has the football program, the regents, the AD. Everybody's got to get on the same damn page. That is what's going to help Michigan through this. It's a storm.
Yeah, but they need leadership to align everybody. 100%.
Yeah.
And I've said this ad nauseum, and I know people probably roll their eyes. If I'm going through an interview process with certain coaches, I want some of my, it doesn't have to be Braylon Edwards, it doesn't have to be Stan Edwards, but I want some of my past greats in the room to ask a question or two. I'm not going to tell you you're making the decision. This is my decision. I'm the athletic director. But I'm going to extend that invite to some important alumni who I think and I respect will say, you know what, I would play for this guy.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. And I don't know why more don't do it. Maybe I'm way off base. Maybe I'm the dumbass in this whole thing. But I think it's important because I don't know what it's like to play for him. He does. Mm-hmm. This guy does. Yeah. This guy does. Bring him in. Brian Greasy. Bring him in. He's been a coach. He knows what players respond to. Braylon knows what players respond to. That's what I would do. As far as Tony Anise, he's right. Tony Anise was an unbelievable coach. He was an unbelievable coach at Jenison, unbelievable coach at Pioneer, Muskegon, of course, where he went like 165 or whatever it was, 41. Grand Rapids Junior College, and now at Ferris State. He wins at a place, I don't know if you've ever been to Big Rapids, with all due respect. Not a lot to do there. He's 150-21. He wins championships there. He's the best Division II program in the country, bar none.
Yeah.
He's 63. I don't think they're suggesting he would be the Michigan coach. Why a mid-major program hasn't gone and gotten him is beyond me.
Yeah.
I mean, how Central, Western, or Eastern have gone through a lot of coaches and not tapped on his door and said, could you please come here, is stupid. He's a brilliant offensive mind. He really is. He's a really good football coach. So thank you for that. That's good advice for anybody who may not know who Tony Annese was, who has won at every stop. Montrose was the other place. Montrose and Muskegon primarily in high school. All right, when we come back, promise. Lions, Rams, Braylon Edwards' thoughts after this. Stay with us. Let me give you this from Les Stanford. I'm sorry. Les Stanford Buick GMC. Good time to get a car. It really is, because you're at the end of the year, right? So there a lot of places are like, man, I've got some deals. Les Stanford doesn't always think that way because they have deals all the time. 2026 Silverado Crew Cab LT, as low as $189 a month. The 2025 Cadillac XT6, $359 a month. And a 2026 Buick Enclave for as low as $299 a month. You can't beat it. The inventory is massive. The deals are plenty. Go to lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Sports and Jack's Car Wash have partnered up to hook you up with a free car wash. Text WSN to 888-522-1729 and enjoy top-tier service with free vacuums, compressed air, mat cleaning rooms at select locations. Go to www.jackscarwash.com and look up your nearest location near you. Make sure you take advantage of the Unlimited Club. That's where you win. Unlimited Club at $29.99, and you get all the perks of being in the Unlimited Club, and it's good at all 40-plus locations. Jack's Car Wash, the best in the state.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Fans, don't miss expert insights from Dr. Pierce, and that's Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. You can catch him with Big D Energies on Tuesdays, as well as the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, of course. Hear that top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. You will see him probably in 15 minutes or so. Trust the guy we trust. You'll see him in a second. 248-426-9944.
You know what I want to see in a second? I want to see a Big Buddy's pizza. That's what I want to see right now. That would be fantastic. The 4-square, one-topping pizza voucher you can get with a $50 gift card purchase now through the end of 2025, so at the end of the month. And if you're going to host a holiday party, whether it's at Buddy's or at your office, because they have catering, All you have to do is go to buddiespizza.com/catering and check it out. If you go in person, it's all you can eat, $15 per person. If you have the party at your place, you can save 20% off your $200 order or more by using the promo code HOLIDAY20.
And we back. Shout out, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it.
It has flown by here today. I've worked quick shows before.
You guys are cooking today.
But this show is just, it's like you're on a jet airliner. Thank you, Steve Miller. All right, so the Lions and the Rams play on Sunday. This is probably the best team Detroit plays. What concerns you most about battling the Rams in L.A.? I know it's not the home field because they don't draw that many. There might be as many Lions fans there as Rams crowd in the crowd.
It's just a road. It's just a road game. Just playing on the road. It doesn't necessarily matter that you're playing in a place that doesn't have home field advantage. I think the flip side is the conversation we need to start having. I think one of the big things we keep talking about Detroit and what's the level and what do you worry about. What's the Rams worry about? What do they worry about? Because I got an inkling in the space that I like the Lions versus the Rams this week.
Wow. Here's what I would guess, and I probably wasn't convinced of this until you brought up on Monday that the Rams allowed too many points by the Cardinals, too many yards by the Cardinals. Now, you and I have had this discussion. I don't care how many yards you get, 20 to 20. I care about whether you can score on me. And I think their defense is legit. It has been steady most of the year, and it's the front four. I didn't pay attention enough until the week of the Minnesota game when you said, the Minnesota front four concerns me. And he said, and then you ticked off all the different teams that they've got coming up and the front fours of those teams. The Rams were one of those.
Yeah.
So do I think Detroit can score with the Rams? In a perfect scenario, probably. But are they going to be able to run the football against that front four? I'm worried about that.
All right. I understand that, though. What offense do you like better, the Cards or the Lions currently?
Lions.
Which offense do you like better, the Panthers or the Lions currently?
Lions.
The 49ers or the Lions currently?
Lions.
Appreciate it. I agree with you on all three of those. Those teams scored 26, 31, and 17, and when they start scoring points over the last month over the Rams, it's because Quentin Lake has been out. It's because McQuarrie has been out. McQuarrie is the number 2 DB. Right. That's the one they went and got. It's the one they went and got in the trade. And as soon as they got him, what was the conversation that you and I had? That was a great move by the Rams. They went and kind of shored up the one place where they were kind of weak, which is the secondary. He's on IR. Quentin Lake's on IR. Havenstein, although that's on defense. And then Byron Young is banged up. They're starting linebacker. That's when the points started happening. That's when you start to see chinks in the armor. That's when you see Michael Wilson going for 11 catches. That's when you see Chuba Hubbard and Dodell switching up, or Terry McCoy. That's when you see those chinks in the armor. And what I saw from the Lions, I've seen 4 weeks now from J-Mo. I've seen what he can be. I've seen that he wants to make plays. I saw a leader last week, and Amon-Ra St. Brown show you why he's that guy, why he is one of those guys that they call him. And then Jameer's been doing Jameer all game. And, oh, by the way, here's David Montgomery. Been looking for this guy. I think the switch up and the pace, I think they can do some damage on the offensive side of the ball and make this. The Rams like to pass a lot. Yeah. But it's easy to pass when you're ahead of schedule. It's easy to pass when you're ahead in the game. We saw that Panthers game. When it came to a point where the Panthers took the lead, now we're playing from behind. Now we're throwing picks. Now I recognize some of who this Matt Stafford used to be. That's where the win is going to happen. You have to take advantage of that secondary, and you take advantage of that secondary, you keep the Rams having to press against you.
Yeah, I think the Rams have to pass, whether they're ahead or behind, only because that's who they are, number one, and you want to get the ball in the hands of Puka Nacua and
Devontae Adams. You got 2 running backs that went over 100 yards essentially last week. Yeah, and a lot has really come on strong. Talking about Blake Corum.
Sure, and a lot of that is because they've got 3 tight ends. They'll run 13 personnel, and it's stunning. They're one of those few teams. You mentioned Buffalo last week. Buffalo does the same thing. That's going to be a tough thing for Detroit to stop, I think.
That's 100%. That's where I like the end. On the opposite side of that, man, is they can run the ball. They do run the ball for it. All that passing, Sean McVay will keep the ball on the ground. When Kyron Williams doesn't want to run the ball between the tackles, he will bring Blake Corum in to take over and leave Kyron Williams' butt on the bench. And the Lions have struggled when you're able to get yards on first down so that they can run, because now you can't put El Qadim Muhammad in. Now you can't put one of their pass rushers in and try to get to the quarterback, because none of them play well in the run game. That's where same thing. It's the same conversation about the Dallas Cowboys. You got to keep them in second and long.
Yes, that's what I liked about the Dallas game. You and I think, were texting back and forth. The fact that Detroit was staying ahead of the chains. They get behind the chains, it's really hard for them. And obviously, Jared Verse and those guys will pin their ears back, and Byron Young and get after you a little bit. And Young actually leads them in sacks. So when you get in that situation, you want to make sure that you're ahead of the chains. I don't think it matters as much to the Rams because of Sean McVay's offensive genius. I really don't.
Yeah, and also, too, the thing that helped you against Dallas was the fact that you split up and went some zone stuff. You can't go zone against Stafford and McVay. Man, you just can't.
Because
of how fast he can read and process stuff. Also, this is year 17 for him, or 14, whenever. He got drafted in 2007. No, 9. So this is year 16 for him. Like, you're not tricking him.
Yeah.
Like, one of the quarterbacks.
He's seen everything.
You can't trick Phillip Rivers right now with his old self. Like, when you get to a certain point, you can't trick these quarterbacks. And that's why a lot of times the older quarterbacks start to have success. Like Flacco. So there's not tricking him. So in the zone, he'll pick it apart. You got to come after him, but you got to find ways to come after him. Is it safety blitzes? But if you run safety blitzes, you're leaving somebody.
You better get home.
Exactly.
And that's what they did a really good job against Dallas. Campbell got home. Anzalone got home. They're getting pressure in the face. The good news, I suppose, if you're a Lions fan, it would be that you can keep Matthew Stafford on his spot.
Yeah.
He's not one of those guys. I mean, he can do it fine, but he's not one of those guys who is going to get outside the pocket or wiggle inside the pocket like Patrick Mahomes will.
He's like Tom. Like, in the sense, like Tom will stay in that space and move enough in that 6-yard space.
Jared Goff will do the same thing.
True.
Not as effective, but he still can slip and slide. Yeah. If this team, does this team have to win for them to impress you? Is this the game that the Lions go up against the Rams, and if they do win, their blood pressure goes down? Or could they lose the game, play very, very well, and you still feel like, okay, I could see them running the table the rest of the way out?
The Lions don't have to win this game, but if they do win this game, now that Super Bowl conversation starts to open back up.
Oh, okay.
Like, they don't have to win this game. They can play really good. They can look good. They can look the part, and then I believe they'll win the last 3 games, and then they can get into the dance, and they can figure it out. They'll take that last spot. They'll be hot as firecracker, and they can roll in the next space they play, especially maybe the first round. They beat the Rams. They go out there and beat the Rams. We're having a different conversation because now they control their destiny maybe even more than just making the playoffs. They beat the Rams. It's a whole nother conversation. I think the Super Bowl conversation gets opened back up because I've said all year. Well, I've said all year the Rams are the best team.
I'm loving this right now.
I've said all year the Los Angeles Rams are the best team in the NFL. I started at the beginning of the season.
Yes,
I carried it all season. And I stay that course. The Detroit Lions coming off that win against Dallas, their backs against the wall, playoffs kind of looming on the horizon. You win Dallas, and then you come back, go on the road, and you beat the Rams in their stadium. When that head coach is mad he can't already beat you, when that quarterback is mad that he hasn't been able to successfully beat you, all that's on the table, and you go out there and beat him, it says a lot about you. That's a different conversation. Like, that's Super Bowl open conversation because who in the NFC is better than them? And the Eagles are falling apart.
Right.
And I don't trust Sam Darnold. And I don't trust Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. Like, I don't trust what that offense looks like consistently. It's a hodgepodge of individuals making plays. I don't trust that.
Can I mention the team that you mentioned before?
Well, now that's they got to deal with them.
Okay.
But you'll cross that line in the NFC Championship game, and that'll be the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
100%. Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
But to your point, make sure we didn't forget them.
No, we did not. You beat the Rams, though. Now that conversation's open back up. That conversation is truly open back up. Because I don't think you could beat a team 3 times in the same season.
It'd be pretty tough.
Yeah.
It'd be really tough. I've seen it happen, but not in football that I can recall.
Is that the answer you thought you were going to get? Or did I surprise you a little bit?
You surprised me a little bit, yeah. I mean, look, it's a cliche, but there's a reason they're cliches because oftentimes cliches are true.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I mean, if you look at it, we can talk about that at a different time. The stiff test that is the Los Angeles Rams, the fact that this team has got to find a way to develop faster pressure because of how fast 9 for the Rams is able to break down defenses and how quickly he gets rid of the ball.
Yeah.
And as we know, prior to the game against Dallas, no defense allowed opposing quarterbacks more time to throw than the Detroit Lions at 2.99.
Can I add an old school? This is an old school adage that's not illegal. I'm not telling you to go out there, and this isn't the Greg Williams bounty gate, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you tackle Matt Stafford, make sure it's a longer tackle. When you get him on the ground, make sure there's a little, within the rules of engagement, make sure there's a little extra lay on him.
Right on.
Because that back, as good as he's playing, I saw that back in that Carolina game. I saw him wince at times. I saw throws not go exactly where they should go because of that back. That back, excuse me, I apologize. That back is a real thing. That's the reason why they started the season. They were real leery. They got a lot of special sauce going on out there.
And they cannot win without him.
They cannot. So do what they used to say. They didn't say go do anything illegal or cheap shot or catch it when the ref's not looking. Just a little bit longer tackle. You're laying on them just a little bit longer. You emphasize in those spaces. Like that old school football. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, look, that happens
he's close
all
to 40.
the time, right?
Make him realize
there's people in those dog piles. There's a punch here. There's a bite there.
I'm not saying bite the brother.
No, I'm just saying there is. I mean, get that finger out of here, otherwise you might lose it. All that kind of stuff.
Where's that finger? I'm glad we can laugh.
Where's that finger been? Holy cow.
The first hour.
Yeah, Doc Pierce is going to be with us, so looking forward to the conversation. Allegedly. I was told he's going to be here. Let's hope. If he is, great. If he's not, we'll continue the conversation on the other side after this from Black Rock and Lady Jane.
Man, I'm over here yawning, but I promise you I'm not tired. Looking for dinner plans at Sizzle. Head to Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on the stone. 755-degree volcanic rock. That's how you cook that steak to perfection. Your perfection. Prime sirloins are here to stay, like I said. And it's not just a meal. When you come to Black Rock, nothing is really a meal. And nothing is a meal. It's all an experience. A Top Rock experience at that. All you can eat platters for $20. And then don't forget, the holidays are here. Yes, sir, they are upon us. So give a gift of Sizzle with a Black Rock gift card. I'm giving on the black cards, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. Make a perfect stocking stuffer. Now through the end of the year, you buy 50, you get 60. Buy 50, you get 60. Mention Woodward Sports and get 20% off the food bill. You know the drill. Black Rock or Sizzle above the rest.
Hey, bars.
Hey, guys, we got to be honest with each other, okay? Your time is valuable. The beauty of coming to Lady Jane's is you sign in, you get in a chair, you have a nice conversation with a beautiful young lady, you get your hair cut to the way you want it, and you're out the door. It's that fast, and they value your time. And I'm sure you will value the great haircut you get at Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome. They are open 10 till 8, 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Take advantage.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce. your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
How about you make the NFL playoffs or the college football playoffs a little more exciting? If I told you you could place any bet up to $1,000 and if you lose, you get that bet back, would you think I'm crazy? Scan this QR code, enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit bet back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet just $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan this QR code on the screen.
And we're back here on the Braylon Edwards Show, Monday through Friday, 2 until 4 here on Woodward Sports. We've had a great conversation about the University of Michigan. We've had an enjoyable conversation about the Lions and the Rams, and we will do more of that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise you this. Usually it's a Thursday staple for us, and I always look forward to it. In fact, it's oftentimes what gets you up in the morning. But we ran along with the Michigan conversation. My fault. We're going to do Braylon's breakdown tomorrow. I promise you.
You guys crushed
it. It was
right
the
on.
fault of those amazing,
y'all crushed
amazing super chats. We appreciate everybody for the show.
Amazing
This show has been
today.
off the rails. We appreciate that support, that love in the chat. Thank you. That's what it really was, Shep.
Yeah, it's a
we
good
were
point.
listening to the people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's vibing with
Speaking of amazing, Dr. Jeff Pierce is here.
Got the doc in the house.
That's an Easter look more than a Christmas look.
It's a bright look.
It is a bright look.
It's bringing some joy.
The boots on
Yes.
too. I see you.
Yeah, you're looking sharp as always. Give us the bright look on what it might mean for Anthony Davis, if indeed there's reports that the Pistons have not reached out to Dallas and had that conversation. There are other reports that of the 3 teams that have showed sincere interest, the Pistons are one of them. He's had some issues.
Sherrone didn't do that.
Yeah, surprised a little bit about that.
What?
Tell us.
You guys can hear
Tell us how you come back from a knee injury. What were the other ones, Kool-Aid? He's had a knee injury.
He had the left knee, the left calf, and the left groin
injury.
So explain why is he consistent on the left side? Because I know that's the start for you. I see
it
you
was
getting
one after
smiling.
the other.
I know that's the first thing you thought about.
I love how educated.
I know you.
You are not an ex-football player.
I know you.
PhD.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No,
Now you got to tell some of these people so I can start working in
But
different
then I feel like
practices.
I'm part of your education, though. I'm helped with part of your education.
I appreciate it. I got my notes. Let's go.
We got to get a certificate for you from Pierce PhD.
So why would it be on one side?
Well, kind of what we talk about, right? I talk about once there's an injury and then you want to work through it, you have a weakness, and then you change your mechanics. That's why I encourage everybody, when you have an injury, you need to go get that repaired because your body's going to compensate. He's still going to get down the road, but he's now going to wear that one side out a little bit more, right? So I always use the analogy of the car. There's 4 tires in a car. When one's out of alignment, it's still going to get there, but it's going to wear out.
It's a good one.
It's going to wear out, inappropriately, but to the point that it's left knee, left groin, left calf. You're putting more strain on it when he wants to start getting through. What are we looking at?
You're just that list. Bring in Anthony Davis.
Left hand.
Goodness, look at the doctor. Looking up.
He's missed out on the secret sauce, or he's had too much secret sauce. And he's played.
I think I won the bet. Within the first minute and a half, we heard secret sauce. So
you got to spend some of that blood.
Spend the blood.
So it's overcompensation. So what you're saying is it's overcompensation.
It's compensating to get through without. His training staff should have had him back to proper mechanics. When you start altering the mechanics and you play at an elite level like that, where you're going to pound through it, something else is going to give out, right? So that's what's happening. Sure. And the groin is a tougher injury, right? Is it all just unfortunate on the left side? Was he not balanced right on the left side? There's a lot of things we can pick on, but the easiest one is to take a look at once you start an injury, don't get it fully repaired, you're compensating. Okay. And for people out there, people that are working the line, when you have a right arm that's like, your shoulder's hurt, and all of a sudden you're putting more strength, more issue on your elbow and on your wrist, and all of a sudden your wrist and elbow are hurting. It all makes sense. It's wear and tear at the end of the day.
Okay, it's good. Good answer.
Yeah, that was a long list.
Yeah, that was a really long list.
I want to pick on some.
It's interesting. When Kool-Aid puts that together, Kool-Aid's not a fan of Anthony Davis. That's fine, but he puts that litany of injuries together, but only for Anthony Davis. He doesn't do it for anybody else.
But as a person, Anthony Davis, I've met him a couple times. He's a great individual. I mean, he's very generous. He's good in the locker
That doesn't
rooms.
matter to Kool-Aid. That does not matter. Okay.
Personality's out the door.
Yeah.
He's good for we're a young team. Would he be beneficial? I think so. I'm not voting against them. What do we?
Okay. Oh yeah, the calf, the groin, everything.
Right. So there you go, right there.
There you go, blue calf.
There you go.
The big gastrocs here. We talk about Achilles tendon a lot. This is the Achilles tendon from here down. So you see that it is a long tendon.
Yeah.
Right?
That
so
surprises me. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
It's huge. And then when I look at athletes, we're looking at the genetics of people. You'll see a lot of long-distance runners. They have longer calves. A lot of players, when you see powerful people, like if you put Montgomery up here or Gibbs, they're going to have they're going to have much more powerful calf muscles, the gastroc muscles. And you'll see technically you should see less tendon. And that's just the way they're built. When I say genetically, we should start looking at the sports science of it. This is some of the stuff you start looking at. And you start thinking, why are people elite at certain levels? There's a genetic. I mean, look at this guy here. He's genetically made to be more powerful.
Me?
As opposed to some other guys that didn't make it this far.
Shout to stand that was Lisa played it.
I love it. These are the big hamstring muscles, obviously. The other blue part is your inner part, which can run into your groin or your adductor. So your adductor, so we add in. So it means it's the muscle that pulls the leg inward towards you.
Abductor, adductor.
So I didn't know we were going to have that today. Thanks.
Hey, look at that.
What else you got for us? What other surprises today?
There was a surprise yesterday in Ann Arbor, depending on who you knew.
Well, I just got back into town. It wasn't big news where I was.
Yeah.
But I got very updated. And, we talked about, do we really, can I go here?
Why not?
Let's rock,
I
Doc.
want to talk about mental toughness, right? We talked about St. Brown, the mental toughness of him fighting through things like that. You have an example here of mental breakdown, right?
Yeah.
This is a man that we looked at that runs one of the biggest programs in the country, well endorsed. I mean, you've lived the U of M world, and we talk about mental breakdown, mental fatigue, mental anxiety, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at this man who was on a pedestal, and within fractions of minutes, he cracked, and that's the stability of the brain that we can't predict. Who would have predicted this guy's going to break down? Unfortunately, put himself in a compromised position that he's now being supervised for safety to himself and to others around him.
Yeah, because look, I mean, this is what coaches say to players all the time. After a loss, it's how you respond to adversity. It's how you respond to disappointment, right?
Get up.
That's what they
Great
always
point,
say.
Ian.
All coaches say that. I'm sure parents say that to their kids too. He has
It's the
preached that, I'm sure,
foundation.
to Michigan players for a long time, and then look how he handled it.
I agree with Doc, and I agree with you on that mental side of it. I definitely agree. But also, this is why the hiring process is so important. When you're sitting down and you're talking about hiring an individual that is going to represent a franchise or represent an institution, and especially a high institution like Michigan, that's why a 25th, 26th, 27th hour hire, where you know that there probably wasn't a full-on interview like it may have been if you're interviewing somebody new, because that's when you get to it. Those 8-hour meetings or 9-hour meetings, like I remember when Harbaugh interviewed for the Minnesota Vikings job. He said he was in there for 9-10 hours. Said he didn't realize he was going to get interviewed for that long. That's when they want to break you. That's when they find out if you're really a coach that we can have take all this control and take all of what this is. And they didn't necessarily do that in that situation. And now when you have a situation where it goes left,
Let me get back to the injury thing if I can, because the Lions play the Rams on Sunday, and it's going to be big for their secondary against Matthew Stafford and the rest of that passing offense. Kirby Joseph practiced yesterday, didn't practice today. The knee injury is something he said, look, my knee is messed up. We know that, all right? And he said, you don't fix it, you just keep the faith. Why would a guy practice one day and then the next day not? Is there a chance of swelling? Is it a chance of re-injury? What do you think your professional opinion would be on that?
I think he wants to play on Sunday and let's not overdo it right now.
Okay.
He probably felt that, there's game readies. I mean, we talk about the old days versus now, right? The old days is like take a shot, do a lot of the secret sauce type of thing, wrap me up and I'm going to play and I'll deal with the injury after.
Right.
Now, the business of it has changed that. Kirby's saying, I'm somewhere in between. I want to make it. I got a bum knee. I want to finish the year. I'm not going to have surgery. I'm not ready to say I'm done for the season. I'm going to test it today, see how it is on a Wednesday. If I mess it up, I still got Thursday, Friday, Saturday to kind of recover and have purposeful minutes out there.
Okay.
And he's a go guy. Is he going to hit his full gears? We always talk about gears on this show. Fifth gear being his highest. He's going to play. It's hard for a D-back to go fourth, fifth. Don't you agree? I mean, a receiver can go because he's controlling it. A D-back has to react to it. So he has to have that fifth gear because that receiver knows you don't have that fifth gear, and he's pushing you, and so does the whole offense.
And that's why
he's a weak link.
That's why it plays a little bit better for a safety, because safety doesn't necessarily have to be in coverage, especially as much as a DB. So you can put your safety in positions where he doesn't, to your point, have to track a wide receiver or have to track a tight end. So no, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
Valid point.
No, I mean, he knows his body. As much as we want to say, we've already said his injury's there. His knee's not going to be 100%. I'm better at 80% than everybody else. Can I play at 80% here? I think I always use that 80%, but that's in his mental mind. That's where he's got to be. Can he hit at least fourth gear? I know I can't do fifth gear because I'll be limping off the field. And then there's the adrenaline of the game. Don't underestimate the adrenaline of a game.
You mentioned Achilles briefly when we were talking about the calf muscle. Achilles relates to Brian Branch and the Achilles injury that he has. What does that look like in 2026? Because now that's because one of the things about Brian Branch he was a slower safety. It's slower. The knock on him was the speed, although he plays a lot faster than I believe. Achilles is going to slow you down. Like, what does that look like in 2026 for Brian Branch?
Because he has a payday on the way.
Or 2027, shit.
I don't know if where are we? Yeah,
it gets dicey.
Yeah,
he'd be technically he should be back in 6 to 9 months.
Oh, 6 to 9. Wow, that's encouraging.
Like, oh yeah, no, that's not a year. I mean, look at Cousins and Cousins and
Tatum's playing again already.
They're in back. They could have been back.
Or one-on-one practice.
Yeah, no, it's a 6 to 9 month thing. So we're looking at that. But what I said before is he's going to come back, kind of like what we did with Hutchinson.
Yeah.
We broke it down where he's going to be a step off. With Hutch, that's a different injury. With the Achilles, like you're saying, he's going to lose a step. Was he already considered slow at his position? Yeah, but
slower.
I wouldn't call him slow.
No, not
but
slow,
the thing
slower.
is, his mental I said it before. His mental toughness, his mental smarts of football, and his grit. He's got all three of those. He's going to become a smarter, more mature player now with the injury. He's going to learn how to be different. It's not just pure athletic ability. He's going to know the game. He's going to do foot speed where he's going to get to that spot a little quicker than running circles or doing that 1 extra yard because he took the wrong direction. That's all going to start happening. So with him coming back, like I said before, if you're putting me on the spot, is he going to be playing next year and have purposeful minutes? I think 100%.
Okay.
This guy's going to be back.
beautiful.
He's going to fight.
It is.
He wasn't This guy's been working grit to get on the team, right? He wasn't like, boom, on. He wasn't like,
He was a second-round pick. He was on.
Huh?
Brian Branch, he was on right away.
He's on right away, but he's not like the AA list, right? This guy has to work to be at the A list. That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
There's some people that just pure talent. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be A list.
Yeah.
He knows how to work, grit, and fight. I call it the Draper factor. You got to work hard to be on the starting line.
Drapes.
Yeah.
I see Drapes a lot. His kids are Michigan. He's always at Pete's house.
Yeah,
he's always there, but his
Drapes
son,
always
his
there.
son,
Yeah.
his son's
Assistant
playing for
captain.
Michigan.
Yeah,
That's what.
Yep.
Yeah,
7th-round draft pick, I think, of the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Red Wings a winner last night, by the way, 4-3. So it's a nice win for them. They're 4-0-1 the last 5. Doc, thanks, man. Always appreciate it, buddy.
So the mental toughness, I just want to go back to relate it to
You
everybody.
missed that, huh? You missed it when I said, Doc, thanks. Appreciate it, buddy. You missed that part.
You too crack me up.
For the normal people out there, realize that your mental issues are there. You need to take care of them. I'm not sitting here pushing the softness. I want everybody to be tough, but realize that it happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, and
That
don't
you're
be
not
afraid.
that
As
far
you've always said, don't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah, don't be afraid to talk about it, but don't overexpress your feelings either.
Fair enough. You know our feelings for you. We love you. Thanks for being here.
right here.
Hey, appreciate it. Good stuff, baby.
B-Day dinner was amazing.
As always, and he looks great. And I love that sweater. Maybe he'll give that to
you
me
off
later.
here, like in 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Let's see if we got any more super chats before we're to squeeze in before we're out of here. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the people for running through that like button today, man. They definitely satisfied it. So I appreciate you guys. And if you haven't gotten the opportunity to, go ahead and smash that like button. But we did get a couple more super chats in here. Jarrell Jessup, who sent in the $50 super chat earlier, also gifted 10 Woodward Sports chat members free gifts. So gift memberships.
Oh, man, what a guy.
Yeah, so
hey,
shout out to
appreciate
Jarrell
you, brother.
Jessup.
Good people.
I saw the people in the chat
Jarrell
saying,
JJ.
Hey, Jarrell.
Thank you so much.
Just make it happen, man. We
What a
appreciate
good person.
that. Especially on a day like today, man. Like this was good energy.
Yeah.
This was needed.
It was.
Little community. That was good.
Loved it. Yeah.
100%.
And my guy Side $4.99 super chat. He says, "Ask Jim Caldwell, Steve Wilkes, Gerard Mayo, Tyron Willingham, etc., etc., etc. Extremely short leashes. Hashtag when Coach Black."
Some of those true. Like some
Especially
of those,
Mayo.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I mean, Houston Texans, they went through 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that. Just it's a tougher conversation when individuals put them in position to get ridiculed. Like that's what makes the conversation tough because now it is that element. But you did this.
I love Jim Caldwell. You know that.
100%.
But he had a couple of chances. I think I thought he should have been the head coach, right? You can bring up exceptions to every rule. I think for the most part, you guys are 100% right. I mean, I could say James Franklin. He had a long leash, right? I mean, but then I could go
That's like one of them Patrick Mahomes calls.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
he's a brother.
Yeah, he's still black. Okay. The other thing,
if we didn't tell you he was, you wouldn't know.
Oh, come on.
Who knows James Franklin's back until someone tells you? He like bald head white guy.
Oh God. Give me a break.
I'm mad at laughter.
I guess if that's the case, then
Aftershave.
Eminem, I got to make sure we know that he's white because he doesn't talk like he's white, right? Is that what you're saying?
Eminem's confused.
That was a perfect answer.
Because on one side is a brother. On the other side.
But what I was going to say is you
Pale
can
Rider.
find excuses in a lot of them. I think you guys
Yeah.
are right for the most part. Eric Bieniemy is a really good example. Eric Bieniemy should have gotten a chance to be a head coach somewhere. He was an excellent OC with Kansas City. Quickly, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we got one more. Randall Smalls with a $2 super chat. He says, when we, and by we means the Lions, win out, who wants to play us in the playoffs?
Nobody.
Well, I'll be the bad guy here. I don't think Green Bay gives a crap.
Yeah, but you're lying to yourself. Because at the end of the day, playing in the league, like, we knew the Patriots didn't want to see us. That was the third time we played them. We beat them the very first time. They beat the hell out of us, the infamous story. When we saw them, we knew they didn't want to play us. We were coming off beating the Indianapolis Colts. Like, we were feeling good about ourselves. Like, you saw what happened. Like, we beat them down. Like, if they beat the Rams, or the Rams are now worried, everybody else in the NFC is even further on notice. And the Packers, they just beat you on Thanksgiving. But, once again, to beat a team 3 times, and now you got to face that team that's coming in with 7 games of momentum, or 6, whatever it would be by then, that's a tough. I would say even Matt LaFleur would be tad bit nervous to play the Lions for a third time.
I get it, yeah. I think if you beat the Rams and you have to go back there and play them again, I'm not sure how concerned they would be. I think it's respect.
Yeah.
I think that's the word that I'm searching for. All those teams respect the Lions. I don't know if any of them fear the Lions. This edition of the Lions. We've got to roll. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Braylon Edwards Show. Braylon's breakdown tomorrow. Are we going to do the Christmas bracket as well?
We're going to finish up the Christmas bracket.
We'll finish up the Christmas bracket. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Don't forget the heavyweights, 5 o'clock. I'm Woodward Sports.
And still, go blue.
Go blue.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.